Hello everybody, Mr. Govan here again, and we're going to continue our short video series on using Screencastify. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to utilize some of Screencastify's in-recording options, such as the drawing tools and the webcam and things like that. So first things first, we have started a recording. In the pre-recording options, I set the embed webcam, so that's why you can see me here on the little screen on the bottom right. Additionally, we have enabled our drawing tools, and so our drawing tools are over here on the bottom left. They look like this. See? Okay, so with the drawing tools and the annotation tools, this tray gives us a lot of functionality. First off, you can pause the recording at any time by clicking here on the little pause button. For the mouse pointer options, if we have this clicked, we can go ahead and switch between the focus mouse, which has kind of like a little light that circles the mouse while everything else is shaded a little bit gray. If I go ahead and click on that, notice that the mouse is lit up and everything else is kind of given a bit of a dark shade so that we can have a spotlight. This is useful if we're really wanting to point out particular things on screen, okay? If I want to disable that, I click it again and it's taken off. This one is to hide the cursor when it's not being moved. So the idea behind that is if I'm going to point things out on screen, okay, I'm going to be discussing, okay, screencasting for all. But let's say I leave the mouse there, notice it disappeared. That's what it means. If it's not being moved around, it sort of vanishes. And then I move it and I see the mouse again, okay? But of course, if you want to disable that option, you just click on that, okay? The final thing, and I always like to keep this enabled, is the highlight clicks. Okay, so watch what happens when I click anywhere on the screen and I don't have it enabled. Nothing happens. You maybe hear the click because of I'm using the touchpad, but you don't see the click. Now, if I come over here to the mouse and I click on this one that says highlight link or highlight clicks, I'm sorry, watch what happens when I click anywhere on screen. You see a little red circle appear around the mouse every time I click on something. So that is the highlight clicks. I always like keeping that one on. Okay, the next two are our drawing and annotating tools. So if you click on this little pen icon as it's labeled, you get to draw on screen using a variety of colors as well. You can move the color toggle here up and down the color spectrum depending on what color you want to use. So if I want to start drawing here, and I'm just using my mouse, or in this case, the touchpad on my laptop to move my cursor, I click and I hold to do my drawing. So I click, hold, and drag, and that's how I'm able to do the drawing on screen. You can probably hear my clicks on the touchpad of my laptop. Now, if I want to delete stuff, I click over here, the eraser. I can delete manually. Notice there's a little circle underneath the eraser icon, and I can kind of click, hold, and it starts erasing like that. Or I can click here, I hover over the eraser icon, and I click here where it says wipe screen clear, okay? If I click on that, everything that I've just written is wiped off the screen, which is very handy. But I do like this pen option because it's a good way to annotate. It's a good way to point things out. So it doesn't have to just be where you draw something on the screen, you know, where you want to draw letters and words. I mean, it's certainly great for that. Hello, I'm trying to do that with my mouse. Or it's also good if you want to point stuff out. Like if you want to circle, okay, so you're telling the class, okay, I want you guys to focus on this section of the websites, you know, and you want to circle that, or if you want to underline something, okay, you see where it says try it out? Really pay attention to that. See, so you're underlining stuff, you're pointing stuff out. I want you guys to make sure you click on this tab up here, you know, and you circle that. You draw a little arrow to emphasize it. So you could do stuff like that on the screen. And notice it was just me clicking and dragging and using this pen icon. You can always change the colors, like I said, and it just many different color patterns. And You can do all kinds of stuff with it. It really just depends on how you want to use it. Again, to erase, you can erase it manually, or you can click on the wipe screen clear. Okay. If you are doing a video and you decide you want to take off the webcam at any time, you can click here where it says Embed Webcam, and that webcam disappears. If you click it again, it's back. Okay. And finally, you can hide the tools by clicking here, but you don't want to do that. You want to leave those tools open because these are very helpful tools. Okay. Up here, if you come up here to this icon at the top, the Screencastify icon, notice there's a little red circle for the Screencastify icon. That means a recording is in progress. If I click on it, I see the recording options. I can go ahead and immediately trash this recording. I can click here to restart. I can click here to pause. And I can click here to end the recording. Now, when we click on the end, this is different. This gives us a new set of options where we have a finished recording, and then we can go ahead and we can do some small edits. We can send it to Google Classroom. We can name it to be saved in the Google Drive, or we can upload it and publish it to YouTube. Really just depends on what we want to do. So that's what I'm going to do now since we are finished. Oh, however, I do want to point out these little lines here. This gives us a few more options. And really the options in recording, these are not going to be very useful for you if you're in the middle of a recording session. This is something you want to click on when you're in the pre-recording section, okay? But right now, while we're doing the recording, definitely not something you want to be utilizing. You really want to focus either here on the annotation tools or up here where we're doing our recording, whether to trash, restart, pause, or end the recording. Now, the difference between the pause and the end, the pause gives you the ability to kind of stop momentarily and then do something else and then come back to it. The stop means that we're done, we're ready to upload and share the video. And that's what we're doing now. Okay, guys, I hope this helped. Please continue watching our short little video series on Screencastify, and I hope it helps you as you are continuing with your asynchronous instruction. Okay, thanks, guys.